I was buried beneath my shame. Who could carry that kind of weight? It was my tomb till I met you. I was breathing but not alive. All my failures I tried to hide. It was my tomb till I met you. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. Now your mercy has saved my soul. Now your freedom is all that I own. The old made new. Jesus, when I met you, you called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day.
The 234th Church of the Brethren Annual Conference met virtually on Zoom this year, with delegates and observers participating from all over the country. It even had participants and delegates from congregations in Nigeria, Haiti, Puerto Rico, and Brazil. Hello, I'm John Jones, and welcome to Brethren Voices. I was able to serve as a delegate this year. It was a first for me, and I'll be sharing some of my thoughts and perspective about the conference. With this program, we'll share a small portion of the activities that took place during the 5-day conference.
You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours and you are mine. Oh, your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Where feet may fail and fear surrounds me, you never fail, and you won't start now. You say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I My soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine.
The main order of business during business sessions at our annual conference this year in 2021 was the compelling vision, Jesus in the neighborhood. Now, this was something that was started over 3 years ago, and because we did not have an annual conference due to COVID in 2020, there was extra time to make a very extensive rationale based on Scripture that was then employed to create a 13-week Bible study, which I participated in as part of my preparation in the Pacific Northwest District for my delegate services during annual conference. Now, I'd like to read carefully what this 2-sentence compelling vision said before I comment further on it. So please bear with me, and I will read you the compelling vision. It's very well done. Took a lot of time. A lot of people worked very hard to get it this concise, but I think it speaks for itself. Together, as the Church of the Brethren, we will passionately live and share the radical transformation and holistic peace of Jesus Christ through relationship-based neighborhood engagement. To move us forward, we will develop a culture of calling and equipping disciples who are innovative, adaptable, and fearless. That is the compelling vision that people in the Church of the Brethren chose to express this concept of, as we move together into the future as a denomination, we will choose to be Jesus in the neighborhood.
Shadows they will lengthen as day gives way to night. I can do all things. Summer fades to winter, darkness covers sight, yet I can do all things. Trusted and true is my word, is my way. Do not despair, do not fear, for I say I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I can do all things, I can do all things. I am creator and redeemer of more than you can see. I can make all things, I can make all things new. All things new. The rising sun is dawning as night gives way to day. I can make all things. My peace I leave with you, that the world can take away. I can make all things. Timeless and true is the path I have laid. Walk in your faith with all hope, for I say I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I can do all things, I can do all things. I am creator and redeemer of more than you can see. I can make all things, I can make all things new. All things new. Arise. church arise, shine. Your light has come. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I can do all things, yes, I can do all things. I am creator and redeemer of more than you can see. I can make all things, I can make all things. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I can do all things, yes, I can do all things. I am creator and redeemer of more than you can see. And I can make all things, I can make all things new. All things new. Arise, shine. Your light, it has come. A church, arise, shine. Your light has come. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I can do all things, I can make all things new.
We were invited as delegates to participate in insight sessions where we could learn about current issues of import, social importance that we were interested in. It might be on global climate change, whatever it might be that affected people's lives and the lives of the creation. We were invited to participate and learn more and to share ideas in those sessions. There were also networking sessions where we may have heard a speaker, perhaps a Bible study that we had listened to, and we had a chance to actually share in a Zoom session with the person who had been the presenter and to ask questions of that person. Those were very good, and a couple of my favorites was a Kingian nonviolence program that On Earth Peace put on that I shared about 3 of the 6 sessions with, and I was just very impressed with those. And one of the takeaways from that for me was this concept of negative peace. You know, sometimes we just don't want people to be in conflict, and so we want to sweep it under the table. We ignore the justice issue at hand and sweep it under the table so everybody will just get along. That's not peacemaking. Peacemaking is addressing the justice that is, or injustice rather, that is at hand, and to really address it and try to come up with solutions. That's the way to peace. Peacemaking is the art, you might say, of peace. There is no way to peace. Peace is the way. And that was something said a long time ago by A.J. Mundey, a great peacemaker. And he knew something about negative peace. And if we want peace, then we address injustice.
Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water. Pete, I can't believe you actually said that. I can't believe you actually did that. If it was me, I would have played it a bit more safe. Like, Lord, if it's you, command the wind to cease. No, even better. Lord, if it's you, command an ice cream cone to suddenly appear in my hand. But no, you had to take the risky and hard route of walking on water.
Look, I know it was risky, but amidst the howling winds and raging seas, there was Jesus. Jesus!
I have to admit, I'm glad it was Jesus, because before he got there, I thought we were goners. I mean, the waves got rough, we got pushed off course, and then out of the misty morning, here comes this ghostly looking figure looming over the water towards us. I thought we were going to die.
But there was Jesus.
I still thought we were going to die.
But he did say, do not be afraid.
And I thought, whew, okay, all better. No, Pete, we're in the the middle of a huge storm, and here comes spooky Jesus just walking up like a Tuesday walk in the park. We were about to drown. And you say, Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the raging sea. You've done some knuckle-headed things, but this takes the baklava.
All right. Maybe not my brightest moment.
Or your driest. But I have to give it to you, though. You were walking.
I still can't believe it happened. I just felt like I needed to walk towards Jesus. I can't explain it, and I know it was risky, but I saw Jesus there walking on the water, and I felt like I needed to go to wherever God was moving. Do you think he might be the one? The Messiah?
I think he might be, but I have some questions.
Questions? You've been hanging around Thomas too much. You were there and you saw him. He was walking right there on the sea, and he wasn't even fazed by the winds and the waves. What questions could you possibly have?
Well, I can't wrap my head around why Jesus didn't save John the Baptist from getting murdered. Where was his miracle then? And if John, the messenger of the Lord, was murdered, what about the rest of us? I mean, I was surprised to see Jesus on the water. I mean, okay, we all were surprised because it's not every day that happens. But I was surprised because I thought he deserted us, left us, too ashamed that he let John die.
But he didn't abandon us. We were all distraught when we found out about John's death, especially Jesus. He just needed some alone time to pray.
Well, he could have told us and not scared us half to death, creeping up on us in the water. Jesus was walking on water. You were walking on water.
I was. Well, at first, but then, I don't know.
Was it the storm?
No. I mean, yes, but the storm was always there. I just can't stop thinking about what Jesus told me before he saved me from sinking. You of little faith, why did you doubt?
Jesus said, you have little faith? Pete, you were one of the first disciples he called. You were the one who actually took a literal leap of faith out of the boat. If you don't have enough conviction, what about the rest of us?
I want to follow this guy, I really do, and I thought I had the faith it took. Next time he asks me who I think he is, I'll say, Jesus, you are the Christ. You are the Messiah. That'll show him.
Bold claim, but save it for chapter 16.
Lord, if it's you, command me, and I will come.
Finally, I'd like to share a little story with you. During the Bible study in the Pacific Northwest, our liaison with the National Office of the Church of the Brethren, Debbie Eisenbeis, shared a little story. I had been talking about how, as we think of ourselves meeting the needs of our neighbors, it's a good idea to ask our neighbors what it is they really need. Too often we move forward and we've got all these great ideas, but we haven't really involved the people we're trying to help. And Debbie mentioned that she agreed with that, but she said also sometimes people just need to do something. And in her little congregation back in the Midwest, she said that the people in her church wanted to do something. And they came up with this idea of a blessing box. They nailed a box to a post, kind of like one of these little free libraries that we see in neighborhoods. And it was filled with Band-Aids or, food, toothpaste, things that people on the street, homeless people, might need. And they just stuck a piece of paper up there, wrote on it, blessing box, and that was it. And people started using the blessing box. And other people from the neighborhood, not from the congregation, started putting things in the blessing box. Maybe a package of Tampax, or maybe a bunch of whatever a person who was homeless might need. And especially food and water. And pretty soon it was catching on, and other neighbors started doing it. And a woman and her children came to talk to Debbie and said, my kids want to paint the blessing box. My daughter did some babysitting. She's got $40, and we want to buy some paint and paint the blessing box. Would that be okay? And Debbie said, well, of course, that'd be great. She'd never met this woman before. But the woman said, I'm a bit of an artist. I think I could also make a pretty nice sign to replace the piece of paper with the magic marker written on it. And Debbie said, well, yeah, that'd be great. And then later, after this had all happened, the woman came to Debbie and said, my kids and I are thinking of starting to go to a church, and we've been looking at your church, and we wonder if we might come. To me, that idea of Jesus in the neighborhood isn't better exemplified than in this one example of a small community church doing a beautifully big service to their neighborhood. Now, that neighborhood might extend to Sudan, or as I said before, to Spain or Brazil or Haiti. Right now, that's a big issue. What are we doing about Haiti? The Church of the Brethren is there. So let us look together at our neighborhoods and be Jesus in the neighborhood. As we move forward together into the future, let us take on the challenge of the compelling vision to truly be Jesus in the neighborhood, wherever that might be. One of my favorite theologians, Henry Nouwen, once said that we have a choice to make. We can live in the house of fear and hoard and turn away the stranger and choose to be non-inclusive, or we can choose to live in the house of love, sharing what we have both materially and spiritually, and showing compassion towards all our neighbors. I encourage us to move into the future in the house of love and be Jesus in our neighborhoods. Thanks for joining us in Brethren Voices. This is John Jones, wishing you peace.
Who am I that the highest king would welcome me? I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me.
Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am.
Free at last, he has ransomed me. His grace runs
yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes, I am. I'm a child of